Hello, hello, hello. I'm Josetta Yvonne, your book bae, coming on for a quick book chat today. I hope this video finds you well. So I've seen everyone doing their mid-year book tags, but the first person I saw do it was Kayla's Bookish Vibes. So I wrote down the list of questions she had on there so I could answer the same questions here for you. So the first question she had listed was, what is the best book I've read in 2026? And for me, the best book I have read this year has been The Chiffon Trenches by Andre Leon Talley. He was a really big deal, still is a really big deal. He's passed away, of course, now. But this is his memoir, and he talks about his days at Vogue and some of the other magazines he worked at, but mostly Vogue and his career trajectory. And it was amazing. I didn't expect it to be this good. I've had it on my shelf for quite some time, but I loved reading just the backstory of his life and how he got to where he was as a fashion icon. Everyone knew him, everyone loved him. Yeah, he is, I'm sure, dearly missed. Number 2, best sequel read in 2026. For me, it was You Could Do Damage, Part 2. I couldn't find Part 2. This is Part 1, but it has a similar cover. But so far, this has been my favorite sequel of the year that I've read. You Could Do Damage Part 2 by Casey Mills. Number 3, the new release I haven't read yet, but want to. I think the one that I really want to get into, of course, we've all seen Score and Missed Connections by Tia Williams and Kennedy Ryan. So those are on my list. But one I haven't heard too much about that I really want to see or read is Our Sister's Keeper by Jasmine Holmes. And let me tell you a little bit about what it says here. It says, Our Sister's Keeper is a Southern historical fiction and horror novel by Jasmine Holmes. It explores a chilling tale in a 1927 Mississippi town, Freetown. Well, I thought it would give me some more details, but it doesn't. Oh, here it goes. No town is perfect, but East Cobb comes close. It's a wealthy, all-black free town, untouched by white oppression, where ambitious Thea Elliott and her husband plan to make good on their big dreams. Little do they know that the idyllic town teems with ghoulish walking nightmares that only the women can see. So I thought that was really interesting, and it just came out, and it's called Our Sister's Keeper. Okay, the next one here, it says, most anticipated release for the second half. I'm gonna have to say I'm excited about a memoir that's coming out called Take My Word for It by LeVar Burton. As a kid, I grew up with him on Reading Rainbow. So I'm excited to see what's all in his memoir, because as a kid, I remember him in Star Trek and Roots, but I don't remember him personally outside of, the TV stuff, the Reading Rainbow, the Roots. I don't recall him any other way. Star Trek, so I would like to know the man behind those characters, behind the career, how he got where he was. Yeah, because like I said, that's my first introduction was, of course, the PBS show And then I would just see him on Star Trek, which I didn't really watch. That was my mom's show. And yeah. So anyway, the next question is the biggest disappointment. Well, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I was super excited to get into this book, The Art of Scandal. I heard so many great things about this book and her new book, August Lane, I believe. So I read the prologue, queued it up on my Kindle, and every time I dived into it, it was just really slow. I just couldn't get into it. So I try to make sure I read early in the morning time, at nighttime, at lunchtime, but it doesn't draw me in to keep turning the pages. So I finally just stopped midway and put it down. So yeah, this was one of the ones I thought was gonna be one of my top reads, and it turned out not to be. Beautiful cover though, very pretty cover. This was by Regina Black. My biggest surprise, I would have to say the biggest surprise was Work Song by Danielle Allen. I think I read the synopsis very briefly. We all know her for this author for Curvy Girl Summer, and I think something Blitz, and I think it's like 3 different books with that series, which I enjoyed Curvy Girl Summer. But this right here, Work Song, was a very pleasant surprise. I just picked it up because it was a short read. It's like maybe 200 something pages, maybe close to 300. And it was on the Kindle for free. And I was just like, let me read something a little different I haven't planned to read. And it was a beautiful, beautiful story. And it's something I ate up. I mean, when I say I couldn't put it down, I could not put it down. And so it was an amazing read and very surprising. It is a work romance, but yeah, it was a good one. Beautiful story. The next question, number 7, it says new favorite author to me. I'm gonna say my new favorite author was Rashonda Tate Billingsley. She wrote this book, More to Life. It was a beautiful depiction of someone trying to figure out what they want to do. In their 40s. She's transitioning. Her kids are grown. She's been married for a long time. She has all these pent up desires, but people keep trying to put her in a box. And she keeps trying to explore her dreams and her desires since her kids are in college and her husband has always pursued his career. She hasn't got to pursue hers and her dreams. And as she navigates that, she begins to realize that people that love her even want to keep her boxed in. Because if she pursues her dreams, then who's going to continue to help them with theirs? And so it was really good. I enjoyed her writing style. And yeah, Rashonda Tate Billingsley. Pick her up if you've never read anything by her. The next one, it says the newest fictional crush. I would have to say my newest fictional crush would be Wes. He was from the book Work Song. He was emotionally aware, intelligent. He was tapped within himself. He was loving, kind, gentle, firm, hands-on with his girlfriend's care. He enjoyed spending time with her. He enjoyed her company. He was affectionate without any expectations. He was just the perfect gentleman. I think anyone could learn from him and how he navigated Tatiana in the book. The newest favorite character, I would say Tatiana was one of my newest favorite characters. She was from Work Song also. And it's because she didn't settle. She didn't settle in life. She didn't settle career, relationship-wise. She had a great support system. And even when someone proposed to her and he was the perfect, I guess he wasn't perfect, but from the outside looking in, people felt like he was the perfect, person. And I loved how she pushed back on, yes, he may be a good man, but he's not a good man for me. And so I think that everyone would not be that brave to say that, because people will make you feel like if you look a certain way, if you weigh a certain weight, or if you're black maybe, or whatever, that you aren't as deserving, or you need to get with, chasing you and not hold to what you want. And so I love that about Tatiana, that she didn't care what people said, and she had a great support system with her dad and her bonus mom that cheered her on. And yeah, love that. Let me see, book that made me happy. Oh, that would have to be Soul Ties by Miss Candace. It was also a romance. She changed the book cover. I think, was it this year or last year? Either way, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Yes, that book was, it made me happy. A book that made me cry, If You Stayed by Brittany Cherry. That book made me cry. Where is that book? I don't think I have it over here. It must be over there. But yes, If You Had Stayed by Brittany Cherry, it made me cry because just the things that we're willing to do to protect those we love. And sometimes that means unintentionally harming ourselves. But yes, it was a beautiful love story, and I loved how it all unfolded. I don't want to tell you anything that, is gonna ruin it, but yes, beautiful, beautiful love story that'll make you cry. Number 12, the most beautiful book you've bought so far this year. I was gonna say Score by Kennedy Ryan, but I believe that the one I bought from TJ Maxx, Before I Let Go, is probably like the most beautiful, beautiful cover. I don't know why, but something about this cover with her eyes closed, the colors, the flower. This is something I could see on my wall, like literally hanging as a picture. Reminded me to breathe. So I loved that picture. And of course, Score has a beautiful cover as well. But I think Before I Let Go is like, yeah, it's gorgeous. She has really great covers. And then it says, what books do I need to read by the end of the year? I would like to read Before I Let Go, Score, The Misconnection, and so many, many more. But I'm not gonna put like a time frame on, reading these things. I like to read and get to things when I'm ready to. Matriarch is one. I've got that last year and I haven't read it yet, but it's a beautiful cover. The Black Hamptons is something I have that I really want to get into this summer. But yeah, there's so many amazing books I want to get into. But no, I don't want to put a time frame or pressure on myself for reading those books. So yes, that wraps up my mid-year book tag. I will catch you guys next time. Have an amazing day. Take care. I wish you nothing but inner peace, positivity, and empowerment. Bye.